My guest is Pastor Paulo, who is the senior pastor at the Ellicott City Church in Merriman. But we're in Baltimore, and we're actually in an urban center of influence that you're starting. Why are you starting a center of influence here in Baltimore?
Well, I came to Chesapeake Conference 2.5 years ago. And the Chesapeake Conference, they have this goal to plant churches around the conference. And when I heard about that, my eyes went to the map. They have a big map, different places they want to plant a church. And then we said, okay, let's do one in Baltimore, downtown Baltimore. And in the idea then, of course, we're going to start a church in the urban center like this. So the best way to go would be starting with the center of influence.
It's a beautiful space that you have here. Describe the community, the neighborhood where we are.
Yeah, so this is a very, as many urban places in America, it's a very diverse community. But at the same time, it's a community of a lot of young professionals, and also these millennials with small kids or children. So that's the most of the makeup of the community. And at the same time, here is this Easter Avenue. It's a very busy avenue, but behind it is houses, is residence, is a lot of people live in this area. So this is a beautiful place, a great place that God is giving to us to work.
Yeah, this is just a fabulous location. It's a corner, as you say, on a very busy, prominent street and densely populated all around. Now, how do you get to understand this neighborhood? How do you get to understand who the people are?
Well, one of the things that we have done is the survey. We hire a professional company to do the survey for us. And this survey shows the demographics, what kind of people we are going to work with here. And we also had another survey done for Adventist company, let's say, and we brought those two together, so have those two surveys to look the makeup of this community. And at the same time, you have been here walking the streets and, knowing the people a little bit, going back and up and down this street here, and knowing the community, what they have, what the business we have in the area, what they are offering, So, and then we have already a good idea what kind of community we are trying to meet, the needs.
Wonderful. And describe the space here. What do we have in the center?
Yeah, so when we rent this place, it was a big room, there is nothing here. So we divide the room here. We have one of the areas, we have a juice bar. So when you come in the main doors, on the left side is the juice bar. The other area is like a hangout area, so that people can sit down. They have a library as well, that they can get some books, they can read. And then we have our classroom. So these classrooms, you want to do mastermind styles, for the business, for also classes for parenting, for marriage, for, different leadership, personal development, those kind of things. So the idea is meet people as they're coming. They're going to have the juice bar. It's going to be a good attraction for this community. And then we're going to offer the classes, or they come for the classes, they have the juice bar. So that's the combination that we are going to offer for the community.
That's fantastic. And I just love this incarnational approach. We're not expecting the community to come to us. We're actually coming into the community where people are living. Now, you mentioned before that this is a partnership with another church. Tell me about that.
Yes, so Ellicott City Church, we started dreaming about doing something beyond our walls in the church. It's a beautiful church. I love Ellicott City, but we want to do something else. So then we start looking for something in downtown Baltimore. So later on, Pastor Diego Boker, he's a pastor of Baltimore White Marsh, and he also was planning to plant a church. So, and then we started conversation. He said, well, why don't we join? So then we joined our forces, collaborations, and then we are working together in the center now.
I love that, because our urban centers of influence should be a collaborative effort where we come together with a similar goal to start a new group of believers. So, Pastor, what are your hopes for this center?
Well, I think, the main thing is for people to know Jesus. So we have what we have to serve the community, for to meet the needs of the community. But at the end of the day, we want people to know more about Jesus. That's the whole thing about it. So and we start from the beginning. I also think, how can we reach this community spiritually? How can we help them to know more about God? At the end of the day, what makes us happy to know, what God has done for us on the cross. So we want to help them to understand that. So as we meet these people, we have a very simple approach, and I call miss, just miss. So is M for meet. People are going to come, we're going to meet them. The I is for invite. Do you want to have a class? Do you want to go to the park? So create this relationship. The invite is relationship. And then serve. In the serve, we are going to serve them, but also we want to invite them to serve with us.
Wonderful.
So this is Baltimore. There's different places that we can serve together. And then we want to share, because, share is dance. So that's why I miss, M-I-S-S. So in this share, we want to also start that conversation during the service. Because if I invite you to feed the homeless, I will have opportunity to talk to you about God. So we want to serve you, invite you to serve with us, that we can, in these conversations, to talk more about God.
I love that. I love that. It's not like we're coming here and you're our targets. We're actually going to involve our lives with your lives and work together. And I love the idea of serving together. What would you say is the major challenge that people living in this area face?
Well, both the surveys actually, they talk about health. They talk about how to raise the kids. A lot of single people in this area is also another need in the community. Financial improvement also as well is another need for the community. And of course, people are worried about violence and health insurance, those kind of things. But the top of the list is health, family, then you have because this is an area, Baltimore, people are always concerned about violence, but this area is a little bit more, it's better compared to other areas of Baltimore.
Yeah. Well, I think you're here for such a time as this, so God bless you in your ministry.
Thank you.
And viewers at home, please pray for the ministry here in the heart of Baltimore. Urban mission is our new mission field, and it's a huge challenge, but God is blessing. Next up, Cherie Peters talks about the challenges of inner city ministry.